Hi everyone, so lovely to see you. Before we get into the main subject matter of this video, I just really quickly wanted to say a humongous thank you so much from the very bottom of my heart, because my channel is growing, I'm getting new subscribers, I'm getting more interaction on my videos. Thank you so much for all the likes that you've been giving me and the comments. I really appreciate it. It's extremely hard to be found in the beauty community. It's a very big community. So when I am found and people like what I produce, then it just warms my heart. It makes me so happy. So thank you so much. Anyway, moving on to the main subject of this video, I decided to do another video along the lines of, is it worth it? The last video I did of this nature was of the Guerlain Meteorites Primer, and that's been actually quite a popular video compared to other videos that I've done. So I thought, well, there's obviously an interest in this subject, and we all really just want to know whether something's really good value for money, particularly when it's something that's quite expensive. And I think we're all attracted to those expensive products, assuming that they're going to be amazing and they're going to deliver amazing results, because with a high price tag comes a high level of expectation. So the product in question today is this moisturiser from Zelens, and it's their 3T Essential Anti-Aging Complex Cream. I've had this for a while. I got it back in the spring when Cult Beauty did their spring goodie bag, and I kind of looked at it and I thought, it's a face moisturiser. I looked it up online and I just sort of went, £95 for a moisturiser, and immediately my expectations my dog's just like, what are you excited about? Spaniels. My expectations immediately just went through the roof, like I think most people's do. And funnily enough, I didn't use it for ages. I think it got buried and kind of forgotten about, and then I found it and I thought, right, especially now that I've got this channel, I really should exclusively use this and just see what all the fuss is about, because I feel like this moisturiser, when I did some research, gets a lot of love, not just from the kind of professional beauty community, but also just reading lots of reviews online. There's a really high review rate for this product, and there's only the odd one or two that weren't very favourable. So before we get into any of my thoughts, let's just quickly hop over onto Zelens' website so we can read a little bit more about why on earth this moisturiser is £95. Okay, so this is the official Zelens website, and as you can see, it's £95 for 50ml. It's described as a luxurious anti-aging cream developed by Dr. Marco Lenz, and it's supposed to help minimise the visible signs of aging, and it contains a unique 3T complex enriched with 15 precious botanical extracts, 5 marine algae and 7 herbal oils. This is a bit of a more in-depth description of what the individual active ingredients are, so you can see it's full of lots of lovely different things for your skin, including rice powder, vitamin E, hyaluronic acid, and there's some pretty interesting clinical test results here as well. You can see that you've got a bit of a picture dramatization there of someone before and after, but you can clearly see that it's someone with quite mature skin with quite deep lines, and you can see that these clinical results were from a study conducted in women aged 30 to 60 years using it twice daily for 4 weeks. Okay, so it's got lots of spectacular things in it. It's supposed to be amazingly good for your skin, and like I said, it's massively loved in the beauty community and also in the customer world too. In terms of my thoughts, I've been using this moisturiser exclusively for, it's probably been a good couple of weeks now. It's coming to the end. You got 15ml in this sample size, which I got. You know, it's a pretty good amount to be able to get a good idea of whether something's good or not. I think that face probably tells you everything you need to know. Like I said earlier on, I think when something has such a huge price tag, your expectations are through the roof. Unless, of course, you've got a shed ton of money and you can just drop 95 quid without even blinking. Well, I'm not one of those people. and the chances are you're not either. So that's why I felt it was really important for me to get this video out to you guys, because I'm not sure if you're going to be considering a £95 moisturiser anytime soon, but just in case you are, I felt like there wasn't a huge amount about this moisturiser on YouTube, so I felt it was worth mentioning just in case for some reason you spotted it and felt like dabbling or something. I don't know. I'm really not that impressed with it. I gave it the benefit of the doubt. I've used it every day. I think maybe if I had a month's supply and I used it consistently for a month, maybe I'd feel a bit different, because I think a lot of the clinical trials and results that they did were based over women using it for 4 weeks, and there are some pretty spectacular kind of before and after images of how wrinkles have reduced, which is the other issue. Maybe I'm just not wrinkly enough to have appreciated a £95 moisturiser. I mean, I do have fine lines around my eyes, and I have some pretty spectacular lines appearing across my forehead now too, which is just lovely. When I started doing some research into this moisturiser, it said in their clinical results that quite a high percentage, I think it was pushing about 90% of women that use this product felt like their skin felt better hydrated, which, you know, it does feel, I have it on my face today, and my skin does feel really nice in terms of being hydrated. Obviously I do have oily skin. It doesn't sit heavy on my skin. It feels very comfortable, very nourishing, all those good things. Then about a third of the group said that they felt like there was a reduction in their wrinkles. I can't say I've really noticed that, but then I've probably not been using it that long, and maybe I'm just not quite wrinkly enough, because a lot of the before and after pictures I saw were of people with quite wrinkly skin. I haven't really seen much of a difference there, but like I said, I don't think I've probably been using it long enough. And then 90% of people felt an improvement in their skin tone and elasticity. Can't really say that I've noticed a difference there either, and it's possibly because maybe I'm just not sophisticated enough to realise them. I don't know. I'm sure there are people out there who are paid a lot of money to know the difference between a £10 moisturiser and a £100 moisturiser, but I'm just a regular consumer like you are, and I just want to know if something is really worth it or not. And to be completely honest, I just don't think it is. I think you need to have your socks blown off. And I was reading some of these reviews from customers thinking, did I even get the same thing that they did? Because no one really described the smell. I think one person did, and they described it completely different to what I've got. Because the smell of this, oh, it's not pleasant. It's like some kind of hair chemical-y kind of, I don't know why, but I always think of perming solution, and I've never had my hair permed. Honest. It's natural. Yeah, it's just totally random, but yeah, it's really chemically, and really the smell is unpleasant to the point that I think that's why I just didn't use it for a long time, and then it got to the point where I was like, no, I have to get past the unpleasantness and use it to actually see if it's any good or not. I'm not majorly sad. I think if I'd spent the full amount on this, then I'd probably be in the corner crying somewhere over all of the other things that I could have spent that money on. So I am relieved that it was included in the Cult Beauty Spring goodie bag, and you know, that's a good way of testing out really high-end products. But I just think it's not worth the money. I really don't. I think if you know what you're talking about and you're an expert in skincare, then I'm sure you'll appreciate all of the ingredients and all the stuff that it does a lot more than I can. But I'm just an average consumer. I've tried something and I just wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. In terms of how it actually feels when you put it on, it's a really nice product to use in terms of it sinking in, and it does make your skin feel nice, but I think that's the least that you can expect from a moisturiser that costs this much. Do you know what I mean? There are probably lots of moisturisers out there ranging in price that feel nice when you put them on. I think when you're looking at this kind of price point, it has to deliver something else. Whether that's something a bit weird and unusual, like the sweat of a unicorn or something like that, so there's an expensive weird ingredient in there to justify it, or if it just actually is really blooming good and it's going to do your skin amazing, wondrous things. And I don't believe there's any unicorn sweat in here. and I don't believe it did any wondrous, amazing things, sadly. So, bit of a downer of a video, but I thought, as I'd already done a video about another expensive product and whether I thought it was worth doing another one of these just to share my thoughts on another expensive product. I think this probably is going to turn into a little bit of a series somehow, not that I can really afford to be buying these expensive products just yet, but if I can get my hands on any, then I will certainly try. If you've got a product that you've seen that you'd really like to know a little bit more about, that's kind of crazy expensive, let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do to try and get a sample or something and just see what it's like, because I have started looking into the realms of like expensive products and I've had my eyes opened. I have a very, very, very expensive perfume on its way to me and I am super curious about whether it's worth the price tag and what justifies it being that expensive, but at the same time I am really scared in case I love it, because I've read some really good reviews and this perfume is like, I think £250 to buy normally. So expect a video on that one soon. I hope this video was enjoyable and I will see you again soon. Bye! And then something else will catch my eye, and I'm just being a bit naughty at the moment, so I need to sort myself out. Anyway, this is Empties number 4, I think, and I've got a pretty good spread of stuff. I tried not to let things collate too much because I didn't want this video to be really, really long.